Hello everybody, good morning from the coach to Heathrow. NJet Videos off on his trip to Heathrow. Ben Price Aviation, good morning. We are just setting up. We are in a different kind of config today because of the weather. So I'm going to have to ask you to forgive my tardiness and be patient this morning because it's going to be quite an interesting setup. We are all rainproofed at the moment. It is not raining. Although during the setup it was a somewhat rainy affair. Let's just lock the car there. Right, okay, so I have just set up here in a way that enables me to transmit while keeping the camera dry. I don't have a particularly good viewfinder angle. And I'm not sure that I can easily access my focus, so we'll have to rely on autofocus today, folks. Because the rain cover kind of makes it almost impossible for me to see what I'm doing. We're interested in the arrivals today. Things have calmed down for just a second here, but I don't think it will last, and I think it's very much a changeable day. Isn't it? Let's see if I can somehow put that up there. Not letting the water in. Right, okay folks. EasyJet taxiing for departure. Can't tell you the first thing about it at the moment, I'm afraid. We'll catch the departure, but of course it's the arrivals we're interested in today, because I think that's where the fun's going to be here at Bristol Airport, on top of the hill here at Winters Lane. Seen one landing so far, quite smooth. The wind had died down quite a bit just while they came in, so it looked alright, but it, even though it was still pretty spectacular as the rain was coming across. Oh. See if we can get some idea of the turbulence on the way up. She'll be there somewhere. There. You can get to see a bit of the crab there at the higher level, I think. And gone. Visibility not great, as you can imagine, here today. Let me get my cloth out. I think this cloth is going to be a regular fixture of the day, isn't it? Very interesting having to film today on the internal viewfinder compared to the screen, the external screen I normally put on. Obviously that's not going to enjoy the weather at all. So we can show you the sock here, give you an idea. Kind of varies between going down the runway and then coming much more across the runway. I think it's only due to get worse from what I've seen. You're a brave man standing out in the rain, says John Holdaway, but thanks for being there. NJet Video said it is pouring down in Bristol city centre. Yeah, we definitely had that here just now. Passing showers galore. My biggest fear today is that we'll have a runway change while we're on air, because I'm not really in a position to go and deal with that, but we'll do the best we can while we're here. Looking for our first arrival. Let's have a look. It's actually dry at the minute. To be perfectly honest with you, it is absolutely dry. I don't hold up much hope that it will last though. Next arrival, or an arrival, looks like it's coming up through Devon now, just past north of Exeter. That's the Palmer arrival. A 17-year-old A319 Echo Zulu Alpha Oscar. Looks like we've got an Embraer Phenom 300 coming from the business centre, due to make a takeoff soon, to the airport code, which is QCD, which to my untrained eye says kind of something along the line of deep holes. Deep holes, the irony is just not, yeah, right, deep holes, something like that anyway. It's probably something far more complicated than that. As soon as there's anything exciting to see, I will pan the camera around, but where I put it here means it gets the minimal of splashes on it from the rain coming off the trees near me here. Conditions have been absolutely ropey for loads of streamers I've been observing recently. Not ideal, but that is the country in which we choose to live, is it not? Classic weather experience. So on my way here, the rain was such that I thought I'm going to have to go live on the phone, which isn't going to be the most optimum experience, but still get you some airline action that you tuned in for today. But as it happens, I've had a chance to get the thing set up, so I'm kind of hoping, even when the rain comes down, which it will, let's face it, it really will, in the next couple of hours, that we can kind of hold off having to do anything drastic. We are right by the car compared to when we're on Felton Common, so that does afford us a luxury of being able to chuck everything into the dry quite quickly. Just while we've got a second, I'll give you kind of an airport view there, but it is through the fence, much like you'd see if you were standing here just like me. Also give you a chance to see the clouds going past as well. I, as ever, am a pillar of fashion with my headphones on underneath a rain mac, which really should be worn in the depths of winter, or in Iceland. Like I say, that's the weather we face, isn't it? How's everybody doing anyway? I can't believe it's just over a week ago we were broadcasting from the terrace building, from the roof with the Bristol Spotters evening. That was just fantastic, wasn't it? What a great location. Can't tell you how much I enjoyed that. NJet Video says, as far as I understand the plans, you're stood where the new second runway is going to be, I believe. Well, I suppose it's possible. It would be quite a downhill from here, though, to be honest. Here comes the next part of the range, so I'm going to swing the camera back round this way, because that's the way it's going to get less wet in the critical areas. Nobody likes a wet critical area now, do they? I have to say big up to Chris at SDTV, who's been absolutely pounded by terribly crap weather 2 days in a row for his streams. First at Stansted, which he managed to sit that one through, or stand that through, and yesterday at Gatwick it was absolutely appalling. Visibility dropped to just about nothing, which is a kind of occupational hazard, I guess, of what we do. But yeah, that was particular bad luck, and for Chris's commute there to get to the airport, which I imagine probably involves the M25 in some large part, then yeah, not fun when it's all turns out to only be for a half hour, an hour or whatever. We always start at this time, by the way, when we're doing this particular segment of the day. We always start now because precisely because it is quiet and there's a little bit of time just to get set up before everything comes in. Right, QCD, an airfield between Osnabrück and Hanover. Who knew that? There you go. That's Jeff Baker. Good morning, Jeff. Welcome to the stream. Drop us your name and chat if you'd like to say hello to you this morning, because I love to know who's joining us. Well, there's absolutely no obligation to if you don't want to. But good morning, Ben, NJet Videos, John Holdaway and Jeff Baker. That's who I know about so far. You're very, very welcome. It will get much more lively in the near future here at Bristol. It's just, like I say, I always tend to start at this particular time because it gives me time to set up without jets coming over my head, which distract me from setting up at my quickest, because I keep pulling out my phone to take photos and things and shorts, videos. So the Palmer inbound with EasyJet is just about to go over Western-super-Mare and make its turn onto approach. That'll be our first arrival today here at Planecaster, so if you've just joined us, you haven't missed much. Just one departure so far. There is a Bryce Norton A400M doing circuits over Cardiff. I'm not sure if we'll have the pleasure of seeing that. That would be nice, wouldn't it? And yeah, a little bit more heavy now, the rain. Not heavy under any circumstances, you'd call it heavy, just relatively more heavy, shall we say. The next thing that's going to happen is this arrival, so we will turn the camera in this direction, head to the west. Sorry if you got my ugly mug in the shop there. Big winds forecast for today, up to 40 mile an hour crosswinds. It was, I believe, what I can see on the gusts anyway. We'll just see what the latest weather is. As you know, it changes by the second up here. So 100% rain forecast for the next hour. That's about right, isn't it? And currently up here, The wind is around this kind of 15 to 20 miles an hour, and then with the possibility of gusts at the moment up to about 35. The highest gust though up to about 42 a little bit later, within a couple of hours of now. We will stay on air. The more exciting it gets, the more inclined I'll be to stay, and hopefully you guys will too. You've got some great action, by the way, available to you a little bit later today, weather dependent, I suppose, you would say, but don't forget that SDTV will be live from London City. Before that, plain sailing. Mark will be live from Newcastle, if you like your regional airport action. I think about 1:32ish, something like that. So you've got plenty of choice today, as ever, from us complete idiots who stand out by an airfield in the rain with a camera. No other way to explain it, really, is there? Right, we should be seeing this approach shortly. This is inbound from Palma. It's an EasyJet 319. Just caught sight of that now, but before I do that, let's just see if I can dry that off. That's not going to last very long. Put that over like that. Right. Bear with me, folks. I'm on a much smaller viewfinder, so you can probably see it more than I can. There it is. Oh, you can see the crosswind, that's for sure. As you can see there, folks, definitely a bit more challenging today, and lots of arrivals to come here this afternoon as we kind of catch that first round of returns from all the early rush departures that we've covered on this show before, and they tend to come back for the next mission of the day. But that was quite cool. Daryl Mox, good morning. Morning, Daryl. Is the lad flying today? Are we likely to see him? Morning, all, what a lovely day. You're absolutely right there. It really is, isn't it? Personally, I'm delighted that peak summer is here. Honestly, nightmare. Very much akin to camping, this feels like, with the when it's raining really hard and you're trying to stop the rain coming in the various points of the tent that are not meant to leak, but you know they're going to anyway. Right. taken something off the camera there, which probably makes it a little bit easier for me to catch these arrivals for you. Just drop down a quick look at the field here. That little biz jet is down there, going to make a takeoff. But I'm sorry, I can't get to my manual focus with the rain cover on. Sorry, folks. While that's coming up here, let me check. Inbound from Palma again with Jet 2. This will be a 737-800. I do know from previous times we've watched the 737s come in this type of weather. We've got some great ripples come off the wings and trails, etc. So let's see if that's the case today. I'm not sure if it's as wet up there as it is down here at the minute, though. So I guess it varies. Right. I'll swing the camera around. I think we're going to see the arrival before we see the departure. I might be wrong though. That wouldn't be unprecedented, would it? Okay. Expecting to see the Jet 2 inbound shortly. Rain definitely getting a bit heavier now, as we have expected and prepared for today. You'll be pleased to hear. The only real problem in rain is getting in and out of it. It's not actually deering it. It makes a big difference when I'm in this location and not the common, because I'm nowhere near the car in the common, so I don't have the rain cover. So the little biz jet is just down here. I don't know if they are going to wait. My gut feeling is they will wait. Yes. Okay. Let's find the arrival. Just coming through the clouds now. I think that was quite a bounce, but I was kind of concentrating on a few things at once. I think I would have tested the braking power out a bit further down the runway than they would have liked. EasyJet making their way up here for a departure, and also the BizJet is just ahead of it, which I think we'll see go next. Definitely a kind of sporting approach today, sporting approaches. peppers. You're in between the scenes today, folks. You are definitely going to see some dodgy floor shots and things while I keep things dry and clean. So, apologies in advance. As the EasyJet isn't moving forward, I would suggest we've got another arrival to bring in. Some good news, isn't it? Don't see an arrival, so I think maybe it's the EasyJet's just not ready yet. We shall see. We shall see. That EasyJet is moving now. A little bit short of opportunities to use the phone at second, folks, so hi to you if you've joined us on the chat, but also apologies that I'm not giving you the usual amount of information. Water coming out of that, folks. absolutely thunders down the runway. Ground shaking. And large amount of vapour left behind. Nothing really to see on the climb out. Excuse me, folks. Just have a quick look at the chat now. Keep that on the skies there, I think. Blimey. Nothing currently apparent on the arrivals. Any time in the next few minutes anyway. Gone inbound Palmer to Cardiff, but that doesn't interest us. 12:20 arrival for Daryl Mox's son. So we'll look forward to catching that arrival on his way back from Malaga. That's great. Oh, that's absolutely great. To do it once is a pleasure, to do it twice is an honour. Daryl, did you ever find out if on the spotters evening that was actually him landing, or whether it was the captain? Kevin Turner, hi, oh, bless you mate, what stamina. I think it's more a case of stupidity, Kevin, to be honest. Don't know if it's stamina. It could all be a tragic mistake, of course, if this rain cover turns out not to be rainproof in the places where I've had to adapt it. It could be the Planecaster swan song. But let's enjoy it while it lasts anyway. So the other sounds you're hearing are just, I think it's either a plane starting up there or it's the one that's just arrived, gone on to stand. Actually, I can probably swing this around for you for a minute. Angle of the rain hitting the camera is my main concern here, folks, and also because I can't get to the autofocus, I can't focus through that fence like I can normally. But that's essentially what's going on the airfield right now. That's the one making the noise, yeah. It looks like we've got another departure. Now, I can definitely notice, and I can see this in the tree line that's beside me, that the winds are getting up again. We had a little bit of a lull, but it is definitely getting up a little bit now. So I think for our next batch of arrivals, which we'll see soon, I think this will be quite interesting. These arrivals will be quite sporty. Should see some more of that crabbing evidence. Crabbing, even. Quite low clouds coming across the airfield now as I look above me. Just show you, couldn't I? You can probably see them here, look. Passing across. Where they've come from, I don't think there's anything good to follow, that's for sure. Not for a while anyway. And then if for any reason we do have to disappear earlier than planned, I think we're likely to be here to about 1:30, 2ish. What I will do is I'll see if I can fire up YouTube going live from my phone. and we'll see what how that performs as a backup method. On the spotters evening. Oh well. Perhaps it'll be in today, Daryl. What you're seeing now is the Bordeaux service. It's Echo Zulu Whiskey Sierra A320 CEO, and it's off. I do hope you get the sound like I'm getting it, of the sound of these planes thundering down the runway today. Obviously atmospheric, wind, everything contributes to how things sound on a given day, but today it is particularly thunderous, and may also, I guess, be a characteristic of the runway being wet, therefore maybe a bit more power needed. That sounds kind of broadly right, but I don't know. I'm not a professional. If anybody watches this stream regularly, you'll certainly be aware of that. Looks like we've got the inbound Geneva, Echo Zulu Uniform Alpha. That's an A320 CEO. That looks to me like it will be our next arrival. We also have a 787-10 passing high over the top of us, but we're not going to see that with these clouds, unfortunately. Just another apology, folks. We're going to keep the camera kind of in the angle where it's least likely to get wet while we're not doing the action shots, and I think probably on balance this is the best kind of angle for it. We have the height of sophistication here for our camera stack today. For our equipment stack are bits in there that are required to run the show, and that consists of a waterproof garden bag upside down. The height of technological solutions, as you would expect here from Planecaster. So I guess you say the Geneva would be doing its downwind leg. It's just passing to the north of the airport. No chance of us being able to see it here, I think. Just passing over Portishead. Which will be our next chance to kind of review if this rain has stepped up or not. of you good people joining us here at Planecaster today. I just say it's a real pleasure to have your company, and it's just a great delight bringing all of this to you from Bristol Airport. We will be here tomorrow, by the way. Later on in the afternoon, I've got to take a trip to Devon first thing in the morning from my base in Cardiff, and then on the way back I'm going to come back up via the airport and just see if we can catch some arrivals for you. Was some indication that might be from Felton Common. Again, if I can't go live with the real camera, then I'll see what I can do in respect of the mobile device. The benefit, of course, being is that the iPhone is completely waterproof. Downside is it doesn't have these sort of optics, but there we are. Malaga inbound, Darrell is just passing to the east of Minehead, so that I think will be number 2. Just have a look at the, yeah, that should be number 2, I think. So first Geneva, and then Darrell's son arriving on the Malaga CEO arrival, and Darrell's son is flying Echo Zulu Papa Delta today. The Geneva is Echo Zulu Uniform Alpha. And if things work, you might see a little bit of detail on the screen about where that's been recently. So don't go anywhere, folks. 2 arrivals on the way here at Bristol Airport. Landing from the west, taking off to the east today. 09 operations. But I do believe the wind is due to switch, and there's every possibility that while we're on air, the runway will switch and put me in a fix. Look at that, natural poet. Love Aviation. Good afternoon, Danny. And viewers, hope you're all good. Love Aviation, welcome. Great to have your company. Welcome along to the stream. Love Aviation, one of our brilliant moderators, and thank you very much for your help in that regard as ever. Wet at the moment. I wouldn't say so wild, but we do have, if you've been to Winter's Lane, you will know that we have this row of trees which are kind of protective at this height, but you can see that they are blowing around. And there's definitely some indication of winds aloft, as we'd have seen from the inbound, and we'll certainly see from the next 2. I think Dad's joined. Hello, Dad. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope life is all good down there in Essex. I know you've had the super weather in Essex as well, because we've seen it on the streams coming from that part of the world. Sorry folks, I didn't mean to scare you there, looking into the camera. But just waiting for the Geneva inbound, that'll be our next thing, closely followed by the Malaga. Viewer of the channel's son flying that one, Darrell's son, I should say. Here comes the wind again now, but also here comes the rain. Geneva turning on to final now. I should see that very shortly. Closely followed by the Malaga. Security doing their thing around the perimeter, as you'd expect. Hello to everybody there. You get time to tune in from time to time. Sorry for the lack of interesting stuff in between floats, I really am. It's just trying to protect the camera. Okay, I believe just saw it emerge and then go back in the cloud. Somewhere around there. Come on, show yourself, we know you're there. That's the wrong place, there we are. Geneva inbound, EasyJet, A320 CEO, Uniform Alpha. Neo starts up in the background, or a Max. Certainly one of those new generation engines. There we are, positive touchdown I think they call that. Positive touchdown on a wet runway. Nicely done for the inbound Geneva. Next in will be planecaster viewer Darren. What's this son? Part of the crew on board the inbound from Malaga. Just have a quick peek to see where that is. Another departure on the way as well. So the Malaga's just done a little interesting circuit out there over the channel there to maybe assist with some spacing, or possibly to cater for movements into Cardiff as well, which we do see sometimes, but it's on approach now by the looks of things. 3,000 feet. And this is Papa Delta. Probably confirmation that the arrival will come first if that EasyJet there is, departure there is going to wait. Let's swing the camera back round then. I think the amount of crabbing required today is quite interesting, looking at the radar apps showing the angles. It's quite interesting. So this is just coming over the M5 at the moment. Be visible to us in about a minute or two, I think. Aviation hunters are here. Hello, welcome. Welcome. These lads are absolutely smashing it at the moment. If you saw their coverage from Heathrow, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And also occasional visitors here to Bristol as well, bringing you some brilliant views from the top of their great vans. They've got a great vantage point. So make sure you subscribe to Aviation Hunters if you like your Bristol action, you like your Heathrow action, and other airports as well. Nice to have your company this morning. Thank you ever so much for joining us. Pete Wright, good morning. Nice and warm here. Where's that, Pete? Dry, so far so good. Our amazing bit of equipment there, an upside down garden waterproof bag. We are the height of technology. Just waiting for this Malaga any minute now. There it is. There it is. Let's have a quick look through the cloud. Here we go, folks. A little blip in the middle. That was me tripping over my spectacularly fashionable rainproof trousers. So apologies. Occupational hazard on a day like this. Beautiful firm landing we're seeing today. Nice bit of crabbing as well. And now we're going to see a departure and an awful lot of water vapour kicking out the back. Yet to see our arrival rush, I think, though. But given how many tend to leave in the mornings, we've got plenty due to come back, as we normally see around this time. Now the weather steps up a little bit, as you can probably hear. Real shame about the weather, otherwise I'd be able to manual focus through that fence to some extent. Aviation Hunters, by the way, are live from Heathrow tomorrow at 3. Correct me if I'm wrong though, guys. I'm pretty sure that you said you were going on about 3. All the action live from LHR. As you can see, it's not long before they're in the clouds. A little bit bumpy. Right. Got another arrival now, folks. Don't have time to even look at the chat or what it is, I'm afraid, folks. But hopefully you're enjoying. Oh, look, there we are. A little prop job. Well, with the greatest of respect to the fantastic pilots controlling that, I'm not sure that I would have particularly relished being on that approach. I think that's probably the best way of putting it. Okay, quick rain check again and then I'll be with you folks. Right, I have just noticed that some of our, because of the late nature of our pans today, and I think some of our, let's have a look, in fact you can just safely ignore what I was about to say there. Some of our pop-ups are definitely not showing quite the right information today as far as I can see. However, internet does appear to be reasonably limited here today, so it may be that my radar app is not showing the same data. So let's just see what we've got here. There's allegedly a TUI. Maybe so, maybe so. Gosh, Another positive landing. And most definitely not a TUI. Nice bit of reverse for us there from the inbound Ryanair. Yeah, sorry if our titles are going a little bit amiss today, folks. So I'll put that in there, I think. Let's see what we can expect for you now. Alicante with Ryanair crossing the M5. Crossing quite early actually, quite interesting. Must be on a different kind of approach. That's currently 8,000 feet, expected in around 7 minutes. Next to arrive is a Pisa inbound, a Neo service today. Golf Uniform Zulu, Lima, Bravo. 3 years old, this one. That is just crossing the coast now and coming on to final approach. Also another Alicante service, this time a Jet 2. Juliet Zulu, Bravo Juliet. So plenty of arrivals to look forward to, don't go anywhere. Meantime, I don't know if anybody's ever tried to use a touchscreen phone in the rain, but it's joyous fun. It's probably the best way I can put it. Kevin Fowler says, as a retired EJ cap, I can honestly say that I don't miss flying on days like this at all. Aviation Hunter seemed a little bit fast. I must say that is, I think that's a characteristic of the 737 though, isn't it? It comes in about 10 knots faster than the Airbuses, which always makes a bit more of a spectacle, doesn't it? I do remember going on a 737 for the first time after travelling Airbuses for years, and I landing at Bristol Airport was with Jet 2 actually, and I was thinking, blimey, we're caning it down here. Great to have your company this morning, folks. You're at Bristol Airport, and easterly takeoffs. Easterly landings and takeoffs this morning, which means they're coming in from the west. I'm Danny. Don't forget to press that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. That would be great. Highly motivating on a day like this when we stand in the pouring rain, when we know that so many of you are watching and appreciating what you're seeing. So thanks in advance. If you are new to us, welcome. And of course, to our old timers who come back and support us every week, thank you. Just keeping an eye open here because another 2 or 3 arrivals to come. Normally we would bring you the airfield action, but today, because of the situation, we have to kind of keep the camera in the place that's where it's staying as dry as possible, so hopefully you'll forgive us for that. Okay, there's your next arrival out there now. Music to accompany this one, folks, as somebody's turning around right next to me in their vehicle, doing a 74-point turn. Beautifully done. Lovely work here at Bristol Airport from that particular pilot, as they are all smashing it this morning, of course. Next arrival not too far away, don't go anywhere. Kevin Fowler giving some fantastic insight into the life of an airline pilot there. The suspense wears a bit thin after 30 years of it. Good afternoon, sorry, not a good afternoon everyone. Mike Wild, hello Mike, hello Trev Lyon. Aviation, I said hello to you, didn't we? Pete Wright, hello. And if I have missed you, please accept my apologies, it's just the outrageous weather. Giving me limited time on the phone. Definitely seeing a degrading in the visibility now, and also an increase in the wind speeds, I'd say. Alicante to Bristol Jet 2. Juliet Zulu Bravo Juliet. The registration of the next inbound 737-800. Yuck, is all I can say. Somewhere, folks. Definitely landing a little bit further down the runway for some of these arrivals. As you might expect, trying to cope with these quite variable winds on the approach. Next arrivals in from Parma. It's the first 737 MAX 8 of the day, thanks to TUI. Tango uniform, Mike November is the registration of the inbound 737 MAX 8. Winds definitely a little bit more swirly on the trees beside me. In terms of the device here, the SOC, it is somewhat erect, shall we say. Thank you all to stop sniggering at the back, thank you. Can't quite believe I'm saying this, but don't forget to subscribe and like the stream, folks. We are here at Bristol every Friday, even when the weather treats us like this. where possible. If we can broadcast, we will. Oh, those skies there, one more to appear shortly. Now, having said all that, I won't be here next Friday, I'm afraid, so I shall be attending, or at least I don't think I'll be here next Friday. Actually, before I confirm that, just keep an eye on the stream. But if I'm not here next Friday, don't be surprised, folks. There's a festival in another part of the country, which is an annual tradition for myself and Mrs. Blancaster to attend with some good friends of ours, so I may be attending that. However, it may be possible for me to come and do an early, and I'll see if that's on the cards. Do a morning rush show. Next arrival is there. If any of our equipment, all of the equipment survives us today, I will consider that a victory. Two 737 smashing the reverse thrust there, I tell you. Absolutely giving it everything. Well, maybe not everything, but giving it plenty. Next arrival, Barcelona. The urge to sing was there, but I won't do it. That is Golf Echo Zulu Tango Charlie, 320 CEO from EasyJet. That will be our next arrival. Plenty coming in. As I can also see now, well, the rain on this screen, honestly. Another Alicante inbound with Ryanair. And I can see other planes heading towards us as well. So the rush we were expecting, or at least the busy period we were expecting, is upon us. Doris Petsos, hello, welcome. Hope you're well. Welcome to a wet Bristol airport, Doris. I was also seeing, who was I seeing there who was talking about that? Kevin Fowler, if you're still with us, do you ever come and spot up here at Bristol, up at Winterlane, or are you not based around here, sir? It'd be really interesting if you were up here. It would be lovely to have a chat with you on the stream one day as we watch some arrivals together, get your perspective on it. If you're ever up for that, let me know. If you'd like to email me, it's contact@planecaster.uk. Moody skies here at Bristol Airport, on top of the hill, Lowellsgate bottom. Further sniggers. By this point I am now just a soaked mess that cannot possibly even get any wetter, so it doesn't make any difference to me. My only concern today is just keeping an eye on making sure that the camera doesn't take one for the team, otherwise we are in trouble. Next arrival. Any minute now. Sorry for focusing. Now I know it doesn't sound very wet or wild, but welcome to a reasonably wet and wild Bristol airport. The wind is getting stronger since we've been here. I think we are forecasting it to be at its strongest about 1 o'clock. It's about 20 to 1 now. Bristol says it's going to be 43 degrees where he resides. Part of me is wondering if that's hot. Although, if you were to tell me that now, Doris, I think I'd swap it for this any day. Aviation Hunter says the wind is set to increase to 20 knots in the next hour with rain at 95% precipitation. You might need some sandbags, Danny. I tell you what, gents, it's a good job I'm at the top of the hill, isn't it? Not the bottom. That's all I can say. I think we're the highest point around here, which is great for most things, except if we get some lightning, in which case you will see me disappear quite quickly. I got no appetite for that, I can tell you. Right, our next arrival I can just see as a faint blob by eye. Let's see if I can get you on it there now. There it is. Definitely does not look pleasant up there. If you are viewing us and you've arrived today at Bristol, or from any airport actually, you've flown today, let us know what the weather has felt like. Be really interested to hear your perspective. There's those ribbons we were talking about. Not exactly that prevalent today though, sadly. There you go, that's for you if you like your reverser action shot through a fence so you can't actually see anything. I know it's a niche subject, to be fair. Let's have a look what we've got for you today, folks. And a hello to everybody who's chatting. Kevin, I live in Cornwall now, so rarely get to airport. However, I grew up in Nailsea, many hours and lulls watching counts. 111s, oh wow, 111. 748s, comets, etc. Oh, that's fantastic, Kevin. I am trying to get the technology to see if I can bring people in on the phone, but I'm just going to need more pairs of hands to do that, I think. It's already busy enough as it is at the moment, so I'm going to have to find a very capable solution for that. Just under 30 of you watching us today, so welcome to the channel. It's a real pleasure to have you here and join us for this slightly interesting report. It is gusting crosswinds across the runway. It is definitely very variable. Next arrival, I can see in the distance. I'm sorry I haven't had time to look these up, but I'm sure you can use your favourite radar app. My recommendation was get on that radar box, download it for free, and see what you think. They help us with some amazing data feeds. Sound of all those cars, by the way, is fairly indicative that we've got quite a lot of departures coming up in the next 3 hours or so, or from about 2 to 3 hours from now, I would say, because they're all going down to the Goblin car park, I think, which is not far from here. Maybe another car park down there as well. Love that. You can see how turbulent it is up there, can't you, folks? You know, all of us aviation enthusiasts were not impressed by the skills of pilots, and indeed the wider field of aviation. Already, days like this just show how amazing people are, and also how amazing these machines are, and the technology that's here on the ground and in the air to make sure that you are able to land safely, even during a particularly unpleasant day like this. I appreciate this is not the stormiest day in history, but I guess you probably know what I'm saying. A little bit of a lull at the minute, but I think it's looking at the clouds above me and the speed they're coming across there, which I think you can see, it's only going to get worse. Eduardo Matiki, welcome to the channel. Pleasure to have you with us. Just seen your press the subscribe button. Thank you very much. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to do that and see our stuff more regularly, please do press that subscribe button. It won't cost you anything. I'm glad to have you with us. I don't see the names of all my new subscribers, by the way, for some reasons. Probably with the set you have, so that you're on the etc. So I can't say hi to everybody, but if I do notice one, I will say hello. And if you come on the chat, I'll certainly make sure I say hi. Honestly, they moan about the weather at Wimbledon. Look what we have to deal with. They've got a roof. Aviation Hunter says, don't jinx it, Danny. The weather here always changes instantly. One moment the sun, the next you're in a thunderstorm. I know, tell me about it, right? Looks like this EasyJet is straight out this morning. And you can definitely see the standing water there, can't you? Zoom in actually. Being blown by the ends there. Turn this up, folks. I love a thundering noise. I'm hoping you're getting the sound as good as I am into my headphones here. All right. Okay. Plane that just took off there was a 319. It was Echo Zulu Alpha Oscar. Love Aviation, I think, asked me. Aviation Hunters asked me that. A few glitches on the pic, Danny. Okay, Love Aviation. Thank you very much for telling us that. It's, I think I don't think I'm that surprised, given the day. Hopefully it's bearable. Next arrival's in from Maon. It's at 4,000 foot at the moment. It is a 737-800 from Jet 2. It's Golf Delta Romeo Tango Oscar. And I think that's what we'll see next. We've also got the Ibiza inbound as well from Jet 2. Sorry, the previous service Jet 2 as well, both the white livery. And that's also sort of floating around in the area, doing a little bit of a circuit round into the approach. So definitely two Jet 2s coming next. One from Mahon, Minorca, and the other one from Ibiza. Bit of Balearic action. Wind is definitely getting up, I can vouch for that. Time to change the cloth, I think. This one is actually soaked. Just going to do that so I can lose some water, folks. It's not an earthquake, don't be alarmed. Mess that up again. Next arrival on its way, folks. 2 of them, in fact. Don't go anywhere. I know aviation hunters will know exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the weather, given their, I think you had some experiences at Heathrow last Sunday. Was it Sunday? Or Saturday, sorry. Just keeping an eye out for the Mahon inbound service, and then it'll be followed by the Ibiza inbound service, both with Jet 2. Both 737-800s here, folks, so landing a bit faster than the Airbuses, probably. Bit of ribbon action there. Straight for us. So in terms of the light, it is much darker now here than it has been. So I think we may be about to hit the business end of this particular little front that's been troubling us this morning. So hopefully we'll have no problem staying on air, but I think it might be a bit of further precipitation to come. Just waiting for that next Ibiza to appear in the distance. Around there somewhere. Just past Western-super-Mare, 3,000 feet, 170 knots. Looks like that may be it for a while. We've got great aviation action coming up later. Don't forget that SDTV will be live from London City Airport if you like that type of action. Always covers the busy tea time rushes on Friday afternoons there. And before that, Marketplace Newcastle will be live. probably in the next half hour, about half hour to an hour. So I hope you hear some of your company of today, and I don't know what the conditions are like at the airport today. Right, that's just in Newcastle, but perhaps they're like this. So there's a Jet 2 on its way out. We've got one on the way in. I'll catch for you as soon as it becomes visible to me. Here comes the wind, folks. Here comes the wind. First time I've really kind of heard that on the stream. Swing back to the approach as that's going to wait. There's bright old lights on the front of the plane combined with the dull conditions, or dull air conditions, is definitely not helping the focus today. That was some sort of farm vehicle, by the way, in case you're wondering what that noise was. It wasn't a jet plane. It wasn't something on its way to the air tattoo. Firm but fair. I should come from spectacularly fantastic. Deposited, and then you can walk in this into this. You were fuming, man. Right. There's a certain irony to the work people behind me in the solar farm putting together solar gear. No, although probably even in this light, solar stuff would generate some current, wouldn't it? It doesn't have to be sun. In fact, I did hear if it's too hot, it becomes less efficient. Right. Aviation Hunters talking there about Golf Delta Romeo Tango Oscar. Almost 13 years of age. Last flight before this one from my home was COS. Now, COS is a great landing. I remember looking at the right-hand side of the plane as we were landing in a 757-300 with Connor out of Manchester. I remember looking out and thinking, there's a here. Did you get? An interesting terrain. Beautiful place though. Right. I seem to only be getting certain messages today, folks. So, hello KL. I'm in Corfu with 9. Came here last Wednesday. Coming back next Wednesday, 19th. That's a little break. Here for 2 weeks, flying VaisiJet. Flew here is Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel Zulu. That's Leo, isn't it? I believe. Ooh, let's just catch this. Waffling again, Danny. The ground is shaking beautifully. I hope you got your base on, wherever you're watching. And that is that. Waiting for arrival. Watcher for that. Just to let you know tomorrow, because we're forecasting same type of weather tomorrow. I must say it would be so nice if it was far less rain, far more wind, but we can only hope, can't we? So I can't be really sure. Maybe around this time, maybe a little bit later, but I'll go to Devon first thing in the morning, and then I will come back via the airport, because I live in Cardiff, so it's not really a problem to come via the airport on the way back. You know, when you see it at the market store and it's been chucking down and they keep poking out to get rid of all the rain that's on top of the covers. I'm having to do that in a minute. Look. Yeah, so if you can tune in and join tomorrow, if you've got nothing else to do tomorrow, come and or landing. KL, was that the first time you flew on a Neo? And also, that would be a 320, wouldn't it? Right, folks, by the way, I can see that the signal's not looking too good at the moment, so let me just see if I can kind of fix that. Bear with me. Don't know if that has made it look a bit better. No, maybe not. Let's just do one more thing. Noise in the background you can hear, if indeed you can hear at the moment with the dodgy pictures and everything, is the sound of the new solar farm being put together, which is put together near the viewing area here at Bristol Airport. Oh, so KL, make us all jealous. What's the temperature like there? I really do hope you're having the best holiday. By the time you come back, we hope this UK weather will have reset itself and you'll come back to some lovely weather. Aviation hunters, thanks ever so much for your kind words, much appreciated. Folks, I put together a website for live aviation streaming. It's called aviationstreamers.com. If you have a look on there and you're interested in these live aviation streams, then have a look and you will see some featured channels, including Aviation Hunters and our friends at Plain Sailing Aviation as well, Mac Aviation, Think Planes, and you'll see their upcoming shows listed there, but also a list of loads of other UK aviation streamers who are live from the UK regularly. That's quite a helpful resource to you, hopefully. And when I do look at it, it tells me that our good friends at Aviation Hunters will be live from London Heathrow. Heavy wind forecast, 45 mile an hour wind landing. So that is happening on Saturday at 3 p.m. with Aviation Hunters, who are with us on the channel at the moment. And quite often you'll find them here at Bristol as well at the weekends, bringing you some fantastic action from a brilliant vantage point, which I'm not jealous of at all. Much. I'm so jealous. A moody old scene across the field here now. Let's just show you what I was saying about it looking a bit darker now. I think we might be in the business end of things. The sound is just coming from the top of, just over the top of my car there, which is the solar panels being installed here, making things more efficient and climate friendly here at the airport. Heavy rain now, definitely heavier. Right. Inbound from Bristol, inbound from Athens. It's our the one we always look forward to seeing, the A320 from Aegean. And we can only imagine the weather is very different where that has come from. That will be here in about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and the registration of today's A320 Neo is Sierra X-Ray Dash November Echo Delta. In case you keep a tally of those. Lisbon inbound as well, just coming north of Exeter. That will be with us in about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit less. If you keep hearing that noise, by the way, it is not me having a flatulence session, it is my finger on the screen, because my screen is now soaked. I should be grateful it's still working, of course. So the Athens is now on, Aegean Airways is now on the approach, just coming over land now, so let's get the camera ready for that. I just need to make sure I can see my viewfinder again now. Hoping the pictures are holding, folks. If they're not, do let me know, because I'm only seeing the chat occasionally and the preview of the picture occasionally. Brilliant stuff, Aviation Hunters. Thanks for the details of what's coming in. Appreciate that. Absolutely brilliant. Let's plane starts up. Engines starting up in the distance. Not sure if you can hear them on the camera audio. So KL, if you, I see you've been to Newcastle before. So Mark at Plain Sailing operates from Bristol Airport, a regular stream if you're interested in that airport, and he'll be live a little bit later today. So I can see the inbound, the Aegean. It is just now about to be covered by cloud again, around there. There it is. Look at that crab, folks. Look at that. Let me tell you something. It is about to really hammer down here in a second. Well, the Aegean made light work of that. Absolutely beautifully done. Absolutely beautiful. One more to come, I think, in this little block. Let's have a quick look. "44 viewers, fantastic. Welcome along, everybody. Good to have your company today. Aviation hunters are saying now the wind gusts 34 knots, slowly decreasing. Wind direction starting to rotate at around 3 p.m. to the north." Okay. Sock doesn't seem to have got the memo on that one yet, but let's have a quick look. That's the trend, is it? Oh, interesting, wasn't it? Hello, Spadio. Welcome to the stream. Great to have your company, thank you. Hope I said that name right. Lovely weather in Bristol. Absolutely. Just keeping an eye on the skies here. I'm sure we've got another arrival in very, very shortly. Collie Wobbler, hello. Nice camera work, Planecaster. It's still working. That's a good sign, isn't it? Or just about. So the Amsterdam to Bristol with KLM is going to be with us shortly. Embraer 190. And after that, I would surmise, this little beauty. And that sounds super hushed, doesn't it? Let's have a quick look if we can zoom through the fence there. The camera is absolutely not. How dare you, sir? Nobody zooms through the fence. To my untrained ear, I would say that's a Neo. I can't see the registration, but I'm going to just quickly check now. Yes, Uniform Zulu Lima Bravo is the next departing, but the next arriving is the Embraer 190 PH-EZR Papa Hotel-Echo Zulu Romeo. Let's see if we can find that in the skies. Really interesting how the ground level wind direction is totally at odds of just a few hundred feet up, as you can see with that passing cloud there. Okay, so here's our Embraer. Camera properly struggling today. I don't have access to my manual focus, unfortunately, due to the rain cover. Oh yeah, you can see it's still thick up there. Look, it's disappeared again. There it is. KLM, Embraer, untroubled. They're like, hold my beer when it comes to weather in Amsterdam, aren't they? Closed, wasn't it closed last week for a few hours as a storm passed over, or some pretty ropey weather there, I believe. I think I'm going to have to design a tripod for streamers, where essentially you get inside it, and it's your own little house. So the whole thing's covered up and you've just got a little hole for the camera lens. That could be epic, couldn't it? I have to get designing. The raindrop's a little bit heavier now. This is off to Paris Orly. Journey of, I imagine, not even an hour, I would say. From last time I went to Paris from this airport. Pretty quick. I had to give my coffee back. Didn't even finish it because it was too hot. Look at that, that is murky now, super murky. Ryanair. Coming for takeoff, you'll hear this one thunder down the runway. Blimey, so you will. Sorry for my complete lack of interaction in the chat. I've got a problem where I'm only getting certain messages. And quite a lot going on in terms of the camera movements at the moment, and need to try and keep it mopped up. Okay, so that Ryanair is hanging because we've got another inbound rival. Bring on some more sideways action, folks. It's just there, honestly. Visibility has dropped a lot in the last 15 minutes or so here at Bristol. Runway 09 operations. Welcome to the stream if you're new to us. I mean, it's all pretty no drama, isn't it, folks, in terms of what we're seeing today? Acura 3. I remember this when we were the other side of the road, the other side of the runway. And one more. Yeah, a few weeks ago we were the other side and we saw the whole queue thing going on. A few friendly waves from some pilots. Brilliant stuff. Right, I have a quick second. Corfu to Bristol on approach. We will expect to see that one shortly. This Ryanair will get out of the way fairly tasty, I think. The inbound Corfu is Bravo Lima. If you're tracking the registrations, it's 737-800 of course. And this 737-800 you're looking at here is off to Béziers in France. Echo India, Echo Bravo Sierra is the registration of this one. Hi to you if you're on the chat and we're all having a chat and everything. I'm so sorry, I just hands to the camera at the minute. We'll even see this before it makes it into the cloud. Nope. Perfect timing though, here's the inbound. Wind is definitely getting up. Trees beside me are reflecting that. That's the Jet 2 splish-sploshing down the runway. This EasyJet will be off, followed by this one. Just zoom out there a second. Right. 40 of you joining us live here at Bristol Airport. 44. Thank you for joining us, and I'm so sorry if the pictures are going a bit dodgy today. Hopefully that's just a temporary bandwidth problem. Spadu says, lovely wet runway action, gotta love it. It definitely makes for a visually sort of spectacular takeoffs and landings, doesn't it? All the spray being kicked up. Next example of that now. Look at that. Look at that spray, folks. Beautiful thing to see. again, I'm pretty sure. Maybe just a little glimpse there. Maybe just a little glimpse. That's number 2. Number 1 is here. Just seen another new subscription from Video and Photography. Welcome to the channel, and thanks very much for pressing that subscribe button. Remember folks, if you haven't already done it, press that subscribe button while you've got a second. It won't cost you anything, but it will do the world of good for us, and it helps us spread the word and bring this channel to lots of other aviation enthusiasts just like yourself. Thank you in advance if you have done that, and welcome to everybody, new or old, on the subscribe front. So good to have you here today. Massive thanks to everybody who's taking part. Brilliant chat. Definite perfect accompaniment to these pictures from this moody Bristol airport. 09 operations today. Stopped raining for a bit. Just got the rotation of that one there. That's probably the only one we've seen the rotation of. Maybe we can assume that's reasonably light. Ryanair 737-800 next. This one's off to Alicante. We'd all like to go to Alicante, wouldn't we? Echo India, Echo Bravo Papa is the registration on this one. Looks like the Charles de Gaulle service, which is also going to be a Neo today, a 321 Neo with EasyJet. Will be coming up here for a takeoff soon. We definitely want to catch that. Always love to see a 321 go. Hiya, how you doing?
I take it they're landing this way.
They are landing this way, yeah, they're coming in. There's not so much landing traffic at the minute, but a few takeoffs at the minute.
Cool.
Vanished.
There?
Not at all, no. I'm not live on YouTube at the minute, so I might catch your picture or sound or anything, as long as you don't mind that. I don't mind that.
No, well, I'm news as well, so... I just, I've never done it coming this way before, landing this way.
I'm just, my sort of approach point is, well, have a look through the camera and you tell me what you think.
Oh, I haven't got my glasses on.
Oh, and it's
So, okay.
I'm kind of catching just, you see the one sticking up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of catching them across there, over there, and then down there.
Maybe if I go, maybe I'll go behind. Is this your car?
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't go back anymore because this fence they've put in, this is new, this is. Otherwise I'd have gone right back there.
No, well, the patrol car's just down now. I noticed when I drove up here, there's a bit sticking out of the fence, and it doesn't actually activate any of the sort of sensors.
Oh.
They did tell me off the last time.
Oh.
Haven't got anything else for you.
What I would say is, if you're here for the day, I'm not here for long, so I'm probably only going to be here for another 20 minutes or so.
I'll be here for, I don't want to be here too long. Half an hour.
Are you here for landing more than takeoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what I've got.
No,
Inbound from Belfast in about 10 minutes.
10.
But maybe a little bit less. We've got an inbound propeller now, which is the Orkney.
Yeah. I look on Flight Tracker because that gives you live sort of positioning, but
Yeah.
I could have done with my car being closer. Makes you wonder why people come here, doesn't it? Just to...
Yeah, you do get a bit of sort of non-aviation parking, I think I've observed.
It's odd. Right.
But that won't be long, so if you want to, I'll kind of, where are you? Are you further back? You're right at the end?
Yeah.
I'll try and give you a wave when I go if you want to take the spot when I go, before somebody else
do.
grabs it. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Mind yourself here as well.
What are you going to do this landing and the next one, you reckon?
Yeah, probably the next couple, and that'll be it. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
If there's anything suddenly jumps in the takeoff, I'll do that quickly, but that'll be it, yeah. Yeah.
It's 20 to 2 now. I've got a foul between, well, before 1:30, I suppose. Who are you with?
I'm Planecaster, that's a YouTube channel that
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
broadcasting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I probably didn't expect to be particularly here today, but I came up and it was all empty up here, so I thought, grab it.
Yeah. Well, I think the wind's supposed to be sort of strongest around now, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But they're handling it obviously brilliantly, like they always do. Bit of crabbing. Oh, there you go, there's one now. Let's grab that. Right, folks, we've got a couple more inbounds for you. Just having a chat with a fellow spotter here who's going to take the space that I vacate. Don't forget, folks, planning to be here tomorrow as well to catch this similar kind of forecast weather. Early afternoon is about the most easiest estimation of time I can give you, or probably the most accurate at the moment. There is a video placeholder up, a live placeholder, so just click the button for the alerts and you'll know exactly when we're on. was doing a great impression of sounding like an old bomber there, just for a second, wasn't it? Right, one more arrival from me today. Where's that gone now?
I've been to Belfast quite a few times in a prop.
With those guys or Dub?
I don't know. I couldn't see the.
Is it from here though?
No, it would have been from one of the London.
Oh yeah.
But it's bloody hairy going into Belfast in one of those.
Yeah, I've seen some footage from Belfast. It does look like it's catches the wind, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Quite a lot off the coast.
And Derry as well. I've done a prop plane. Yeah. It's really hairy. It's not as bad as Kathmandu. I've done Kathmandu and that's
Oh, blimey.
bloody. Takeoff is like.
You didn't do the whole Everest base camp thing, did you? Or
no,
just not that mad.
No, no. We toured India and then Nepal and then went back to Delhi. But
Oh, sounds beautiful.
I needed a few drinks before I got on that plane. They haven't got a very good safety record. I think it was Spicy Jet or something like that.
Yeah, I think I might have struggled. There's been one or two land today, and I think one. Yeah, it was the Aer Lingus, I think it was, or yeah, that came in, and it was it particularly was quite interesting on the landing approach. I
Really?
think I wouldn't have fancied being on that one.
Was that prop or?
That was a prop. Yeah, I think it was must have been Aer Lingus.
Yeah.
Trying to think who else is, because there's only Orkney, Blue Island, and Aer Lingus, isn't it? On the props. Yeah, it was interesting. So our final arrival now is Catania. The final arrival we're going to cover today anyway. It's going to be with us in about 6 minutes or so, and it's Golf Echo Zulu Tango Yankee.
Get my car nearer.
No worries. I'll catch this in, I'll do a tiny piece to camera and then I'll be done. And it'll take me a little bit of time to pack it away, but yeah. Always try and cooperate with our friendly spotting colleagues here. Right, so for a quick final look at the chat while I've got a second. Thanks for your company today, really appreciate it, folks. Oh, the wind is definitely getting up more now. Thanks for popping in, Aviation Hunters. Been absolutely fantastic to have your company here. Aviation Hunters will be live at Heathrow on Saturday at 3 PM, I believe the time was. I'll just double check that. Yep, Saturday, 3 PM. Catch them. Lots of crosswind action. It's going to be great fun. 53 of you join us now. We're not here for so long. Where are you all normally, folks? We're here every week. We'll be here tomorrow as well, by the way. We're expecting the action to be pretty crazy tomorrow. We'll pop up on the way back from Devon tomorrow that I've got to nip down to for business reasons, and then when I come back, we'll see. So Darryl Mox is off to lunch, and thanks very much for joining us today, Darryl. Really appreciate your company. Thank you. We're just waiting for one more inbound arrival today. It's from Catania. It's with EasyJet. It's an A320 CEO, and that is just coming back on the final, or not on the longer approach now over, just turning over Western-super-Mare, north of Western-super-Mare. Sorry for the racket, folks, just clearing the water off the tech stack I've got here. This ultra amazing solution of putting a upside down bag over the top of it. No drops on that, that's for sure. Just spotted some birds in the vicinity of the runway. You can see them there actually, they just flew right across. Need to stay out of the way, that's for sure. think we are definitely going to be facing some more crazy weather in a minute. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for with myself today. Now, there's a small chance, if I get the chance, what I'll do is I want to try and do a YouTube live from the phone just to see how it behaves and just to understand what the quality of the output is on it. So, if you see another live show pop up, do pop in, just say hi. Probably won't be for very long, but it'd be nice just to see how that will work for me in situations when it's just chucking it down and it's just too much to put the camera on. Can we see it yet? It's very suspenseful, isn't it?
It does make good shots. This is even better than the other side, isn't it? I think they're quite high, the fences that down there.
Yeah. This is. I mean, this is the place to be, definitely. And like I say, when that wasn't there, you could tuck yourself kind of in there. But now you're on the road, so this is why this is as far back as I could come.
But surely this is just a crash barrier, isn't it? We can go over there.
I suspect you can. Yeah. I know there's a rule about high-sided vehicles have to be a certain distance from the fence, but I doubt that would apply to you on a ladder, would it? Because
Nah.
I don't know the rules, though. I haven't said that, but
I don't. I'll take the pictures and then wait until I get told off. I wouldn't get anything.
ask for forgiveness afterwards.
Just plead ignorance.
Right, here's our final arrival, folks. Let's see how the inbound Catania services, the EasyJet service, handles things. Look at the state of me, folks. Look at the state of me. I presume you can see me. I can't get the screen out like I do. Thanks ever so much for joining us. It's been a real pleasure bringing these sights today at this rather wet and windy Bristol airport. We're expecting tomorrow, so I'll be here early afternoon. Make sure you press the subscribe button and the alert button on the channel, and then that will make you aware when there's a new stream goes live at any particular point, or you could do it specifically on a stream, but I would do it on the channel. You'll find out about everything then. Thank you ever so much. As you can see, it's getting worse now. Great time to pack up. And we'll be on our way. But don't forget, mark at Plain Sailing Aviation. Have a look at Plain Sailing Aviation. That's Newcastle. Plenty of action coming from up there. And also STTV. from London City Airport a little bit later today. Thanks very much. I'm going to go. He's chucking it down.